We're back with another Cars 3 speculation video. This one won't be as long as my previous ones because there's not as much to talk about, but I still felt like it was necessary to make a video on this topic, especially leading into the Cars 3 trailer coming out this week. If you're watching this at the time it's uploaded, then it's like November 20th, and early this week we will see the Cars 3 trailer because a Pixar employee has confirmed that it will be in front of Moana, the Disney movie, and since that comes out on Wednesday in the United States, I believe, then they have to release the trailer on Wednesday or before then. So it'll be so awesome to see new Cars footage. It has been years, man. I cannot wait. But getting to the topic of this video, we actually got a new playset revealed thanks to Fillmore CTT on the Pixar Cars Diecast Facebook community. It looks awesome, and apparently it was posted on Walmart.com as a currently out of stock listing, so you cannot buy it yet, but probably in the future around May or sometime around there it'll probably be available. Now this playset shows a lot of revealing things for the movie. It looks like there are actually 3 components to the playset, or sections, and each of them do have a push down launcher. Now, since these 3 playsets do not look related, my guess is that they're individual story sets like the ones we have today with Sarge's Surplus Hut or Luigi's Casa Della Tires. So I feel like this will be a similar thing, and they just put all 3 of them in the same picture. So first, we see a muddy Lightning McQueen, and now since there's so much mud on him, we can't see any decals, but it does look more similar to the Cars 1 version of him. He does not have the Cars 2 spoiler, he actually has the Cars 1 spoiler, so that's kind of nice that we're reverting back to that. I always did like the Cars 1 original design. Now behind him we see Thunder Hollow Speedway. This is one of the racetracks that we'll see in Cars 3, and I'll talk about that a little bit more later on in the video. And then toward the left of him, behind McQueen, there's also a finish or starting line, and it might say jungle, but it's really hard to see in the picture. It's pretty good quality, but since that sign is just so far back, you can't really see much on it. But I can definitely see a shiny wax and a tank coat logo. So that is just great. I'm so excited about that because it really shows that we're still in the same universe as the first Cars movie. We still have those companies around, and it was nice to see some Piston Cup sponsors in Cars 2, and it's great that we know that they will be back for Cars 3. And now I know that a bunch of Piston Cup racers were announced in my last speculation video, but it's nice to get some like materialistic and visible confirmation. Now there's one ramp in this picture, or this section of the picture, that leads to a sign, or a picture sign I guess you can call it, with Miss Fritter the school bus. So this character was originally revealed on Take 5 a Day in a deluxe list, but we had no idea what she would look like. I talked about her briefly in my most recent Cars 3 speculation video, and I personally thought she'd be an innocent, nice little school bus. But no, she's a monster school bus. She looks insane. She reminds me of the hyped up cars from Monster Truck Mater. For example, Dr. Feelbad was a hyped up ambulance, Patio Concrete was a hyped up cement mixer, so Miss Fritter here is a hyped up school bus. She also has like flaming and horn-like exhaust pipes. Man, I never would have anticipated Miss Fritter to be such a weird and monster-like looking car. So it seems like she could possibly be an antagonist of some sort in the movie, but if she is, I don't think she'll last long or have much of a big part in the movie. I feel like she'll just serve to be that big, scary looking thing, and then we'll just kind of fade off into the distance. Moving on to the next section, we see a sign saying Fireball Beach. So I assume this is where Lightning McQueen and Cruz Ramirez will train and practice. Ironically, there's also a sign saying no racing allowed. Then we see a very bad looking Luigi with barely any decals and some flags on his sides, and he's on a deck acting as the flag waver like Dexter Hoover. So that's pretty much all for the set. It looks like he put McQueen and Cruz Ramirez in the lanes, hit the launcher, and then I guess see who wins. So I guess that's nice, but probably the least revealing one of the three here. And we do also see a diecast or maybe a plastic version of Cruz Ramirez. Now, like I talked about in my previous speculation video, this might be an epilogue version where they go off into the distance on the beach. Maybe it's earlier on in the movie where she doesn't look that much. I don't really know how to describe this, but she doesn't have many decals and she really just looks like a plain yellow car. Still very nice nonetheless. If you'd like to see a bigger picture of this version of Cruz, then you can check out my previous speculation video. Of course, there's a link down in the description below, and there will be some sort of pop-up to the video on this video itself. It might be at the end, it might be now, not really sure how I'll work that. So that's pretty much all for that set. Moving on to the last one now. This is the most interesting one in my opinion. It features Smokey's auto body shop of some sort. I assume that is what it is. There's an orange old looking truck, and on the side doors of it, it actually says Smokey's with some text below that is too small to read, but I guess that it says auto body shop or something similar because there are some features inside the building like a car lift and a gas pump that lead me to believe that it's most likely an auto body shop, something very similar to that. Now, a great friend of mine, Cool Action TV, brought to my attention that Smokey could be a Hudson truck. Yes, the same company that made Hudson Hornet, Doc Hudson's model from Cars 1. There are some pictures of real-life Hudson trucks that look nearly identical to the one in the picture, Smokey here, with the same colors and whatnot. This also makes sense because Dirt Track Fabulous Hudson Hornet, aka Doc Hudson, and a young version of Smokey, will be released in a 2-pack together in 2017 sometime, so we know that they're already related. So my guess is that Smokey is most likely a car that would fix up Doc Hudson after his races, and maybe he's actually the one who fixed Doc up after his big crash that ended his career. That is very possible. I think it will make sense and really tie it into the storyline because McQueen goes to see Smokey and talks to him about Doc Hudson. I think that would be very awesome to see. I'm also kind of glad that he's not a racer who raced alongside Doc because I feel like him being a tow truck is a much better idea. I thought that he'd be a racer with Doc, and now it's pretty clear that he's actually this, not really a tow truck, but just a truck in general. So that's awesome. We know who Miss Fritter is, and now we know who Smokey is. So 2 characters down and like a lot more to go. And now one more thing that I want to mention is all of the racetracks in Cars 3 according to Take 5 a day. This isn't related to the playset at all, but I thought it'd be a good video to insert this information in. So at first here we have the Desert Race, then we have Midnight Run, then we have Radiator Springs Race, Thomasville, Thunder Hollow Speedway, as previously mentioned in this playset, and then Ultimate Florida Speedway. I cannot wait to see what the Radiator Springs race is all about. I think that'll be pretty cool because we got like a glimpse of what a Radiator Springs race would be like at the end of Cars 2 with the WGP one, but it really was kind of cut off there at the end. So with this one, I think it'll be great. And in my opinion, McQueen could I think he'll win this one, but he'll most likely lose the desert race and probably the midnight run as well. Maybe even Thomasville, but I think that this will be pretty balanced between Jackson Storm and McQueen, but it has to start off with a loss for McQueen so he can actually start training with Cruz Ramirez. And of course, the ultimate Florida Speedway is where McQueen takes it all and he wins. He does it for Lizzie, who just died. Now, I'm just kidding. I don't really know if Lizzie will die or not. Maybe she will. Maybe she won't. We really don't know, but that is just my guess because, let's be honest, guys, Lizzie is getting pretty old. And if Doc Hudson died between Cars 1 and Cars 2, then Lizzie is definitely liable to die as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now, we really don't know anything else at the moment. We barely know any castings. Now, I have been checking some movie websites online, and apparently this is just a rumor, so take it with a grain of salt. Brett Dalton will be voicing Jackson Storm in Cars 3. Of course, Jackson Storm is McQueen's main racing rival in the movie, but we don't know what he looks like yet. He'll probably be in the teaser trailer or maybe the trailer after that. And now, if you guys don't know who Brett Dalton is, he's not the most popular actor, but he's definitely a good actor. I have watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is an ABC TV show that belongs to Marvel, which Marvel belongs to Disney. So it makes sense that they would take Brett Dalton from that show and then have him in Cars 3 because actually Brett Dalton left the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show after the last season. So they're currently on season 4 and his character was in season 1, 2, and 3 and he did a great job. In season 1 he started off as a good guy, but in season 2 and ultimately in season 3 he became the worst bad guy. So he can definitely play a good guy, but Jackson Storm ends up being rather friendly at the end. I definitely think that the actor can do that as well. So don't worry, he's a good actor. I think that if that statement is true, then we're definitely in good hands with Jackson Storm being played by Brett Dalton. Now, there have been some other announcements as well in terms of castings, but they don't really match up with anything we know. There's like a character called Tony that is being played by Primo. I don't know his first name. And then there's someone else as well who's playing like a sports DJ talk show. Not DJ the blue tuner, but like a DJ on a talk show. So we don't really know anything though for certain. And now the IMBD website actually removed Brett Dalton from the cast list. So maybe that's not true. So just take everything with a grain of salt. But the stuff I talked about at the beginning of the video with Smokey, Miss Fritter, and the racetracks are pretty much 100% certain. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you did enjoy this video. I just love making these speculation videos. Now, since the Cars 3 trailer will be most likely coming out Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, probably Tuesday actually, because usually the movie is played on the night before it actually comes out. So expect to see it Tuesday in the United States. Well, it'll probably be uploaded to YouTube so anyone everywhere can watch it. And now I'm actually leaving Tuesday night to go to Cars Land. Yeah, I'm finally going to Cars Land. And I'll actually meet up with Collection TV, so that'll be awesome. Probably do a vlog about it as well, so that'll just be awesome. But the one problem is I won't be able to do an immediate speculation video on the trailer. I will be watching it like 100 times, I bet, and thinking about what I'm going to say in the speculation video, but probably won't come out until the week after, like the week of December 4th or 3rd, somewhere around there, and maybe the week after if I'm busy. So thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Bye now!